Good morning, everybody. This is Ed, and I'm just getting started with the day. And two little things happened to change, and for me, from being really early this morning, and that is one, I slept in accidentally. My alarm didn't go off quite as properly as it should have, and well, that's lucky for me because I got extra sleep, and so that sort of thing. And the second thing was my camera doesn't seem to want to work on my main machine, so here I am. And so, yay. And I'm just, and so a little scrambled here, but here we go. All right, so we got everything there. Okay, great. Now you can see my kitchen. So I'm going to go ahead. Pancakes. So I'm going to start out with my favorite. I'm going to go ahead and start. And while it's not really visible, I have my powder, which is Bisquick, my favorite. So what is it about pancakes? Pancakes and the end of the world has been a story of mine for a very long time. And so today's February 10th, the luckiest day of the year, according to many astrologers, which I found surprising. We have the stellium property that is coming in the next few hours, which is kind of this super mashup of Aquarian energy. And it has been associated with things like ending the Renaissance and changing the way we work in the world. And so for me, it's always like the day changing. So for me, pancakes are like the most perfect thing in the world. So we add like a little bit of milk. There we go. And then we add one egg, two cups of Bisquick, 1 cup of milk. I like vanilla, simply organic. And so I add a little bit of organic, 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil. And today I'm going to add blueberries. There we go. So that, and so as I'm mixing, and then just mix all that up. It's lovely. It's good. It makes a nice batter. And so while I'm doing that, so where did I start with pancakes? Pancakes just came out of my childhood. Pancakes are my ultimate answer to comfort food for groups. What it is that pancakes were something that my dad made when we have company or guests over, and you can make a lot of pancakes. My grandfather did them, had different styles. So when I was growing up, pancakes were what you did. It's one of those things you did for your breakfast, your gatherings, and it's very low cost. It's very available, and so it became kind of a joke with me that what are you going to do when the world ends? The next day you just make pancakes, and it became very much a comfort food. And I've held pancake breakfast. The biggest and the most famous one was held multiple people across the country. Tree of Life people out in Kansas. Some of my friends over, some of the Circle friends did it in Wisconsin. We had a couple of different locations, but mostly it was in Chicago. And all my friends gathered together for the 2022, December 22nd, 2012. And that was the idea of the pancake breakfast and the end of the world. And we survived the end of the world party. So I survived the end of the world. Pancake breakfast became a thing. And anytime that there's like these world-changing events, these big, huge events happening, I tend to go into the idea of pancakes. So there we go. And that's the idea behind it. So we tend to go to pancakes. And of course, I'm just going to put a little here because I'm making, not hot enough. My oil's not hot enough. So we wait a few minutes. Of course, I'm with my St. Louis coffee cup. Beautiful coffee cup. There we go. I'm waiting for all that to come back. And so is a lot of other people. It'll be an amazing time to see it. And all this comes back. Okay, so let me get it. So pancakes have been my comfort food for a very long time. And so we love those types of ideas. It also represents something that you can't, excuse me, coffee got all over the place, is that you can't, there's something about it that you can't add to it. It's a community food. It's cheap, it's affordable, it's very bulky, kids love it. You can put syrups on it, butter, peanut butter, everything. There's a common ground for most people to find. When you're hungry, you can eat a pancake. And when everybody's really hungry, you can eat a pancake. And then when you're eating pancakes, it's like this sort of equalizer in society. So it's become very much a part of my ideology. Today, it started out late, and I have to go get a camera. But I'm hoping by this evening, well, in a little bit, I'm going to be with Reverend Reagan Wolf on his morning show that he does for us across the internet system. So I'm very excited about that idea. And I'll be with him for a little bit this morning, talking to him about what he's doing. And so the other thing we're doing today, and this is really where we're going to get our energy from, is that we're celebrating the luckiest day of the year. Make a wish, give a wish, be really good about that. And so, but we're also talking about paganworld.co, one of my most exciting and probably most amazing projects. Witch School is like by far the thing that I did that most people, I just ruined that pancake. We're going to, yep, first pancake ruined. See? We're going to try that again in a second here. People joke about kids, pancakes. They like waffle. Kids are like waffle. The first one, you tend to burn. The second one tends to be underdone, and the third one tends to be just perfect. My brother used to use that against me because I was the firstborn. So pancakes were, and kids learn how to make pancakes. I learned how to make pancakes at a very young age. I did it with Boy Scouts a lot. So, but Pagan World, back to it. Just like this sort of thing, we're building community. We're building a tremendously large and exciting community online. And what we're going to do is something considerably different than we have previously in the past. In the past, we've built it around the idea of education, or maybe podcasting, or video, or these sort of ideas of structures of the world. I've done libraries. We've done, all sorts of little books. We've done all sorts of little things that we've done, but always we wrapped it around the idea of a physicality that was once existed. So yeah, and we continue to do that. So we try bringing the things that we couldn't heavily afford. All right, now we flip them over. We let them sit for a minute. Then we're going to go ahead and build this sort of now idea of a world. And what does that mean? .world is kind of a new and exciting term, and there it's still just at the end of a .com, .co, .org, .net. We own a number of those under Pagan World. The only one we don't own is paganworld.com because it's over $12,000 by a farmer. Lots of pagan words have been taken over by farmers, and that's a real shame, but it happens. And so, what is a farmer? A person who buys domains with the hopes that somebody someday soon will actually want them and will pay more money for them than average. Domains have a value, so they can actually be worth several thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, and because at the core, that's where the internet works. And all right, so I got my pancakes this morning. There you go. More better for later for people. See, and here we go. We're going to take this over. Again, my camera's not working as well as I'd hoped, but that's okay. It's my very I'm able to walk. And so, all right, so I got that. So Pagan World is about that. So I know this is kind of informal. So here's what we're going to do today. So today, let's get me down to the tax. And we're going to be able to spread our word today. We're going to try to get attention to Pagan World. The algorithm on Facebook is really essential because it breaks it down so much. And there we go. And it breaks it down so much to allow you on your birthday. If nothing else, understand this about your birthday forever and ever on Facebook. It's the time that they give you unrepentant amount of time so that you can get a feel-good feeling from all of your friends that answer you. And it's a one day that they contact everybody in your algorithm. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, and today's, last piece of this is the idea of the telecosm. And that is this is just going to be there. So, I'm going to probably enter this. And so, this is the telecosm. So, remember, when the world changes, eat pancakes. And join me today on what is going to become probably, hopefully, this evening will be exciting. So I'll be on with Raven Wolf, and then this evening we start out having a party. And hopefully we'll have everything fixed by then. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you kind of join in. I hope you like the chaos of this. This was very chaotic. And that you will soon join us for other parts of this event. And now, blessed be. Remember, make a wish today. Make a wish. We'll talk about the fairies. We'll talk about anything. I will answer any question you put on my Facebook. Don't just say happy birthday to me. Say, ask questions.